Hey guys, how are you? So, time to stream today. It's been a while since the last time we streamed on Discord. Sorry, last time we streamed on X on YouTube. We've been streaming almost daily on our X account. So just give me a sec because I'm sharing the stream on our Discord so our community can connect as well. Uh, Sorry, just give me a second. You can share questions. You can share questions on X, but if you're already in our Discord, so yes. And also I can read all your questions, guys, here on the handout. Here, like we do every single day. All right, let's begin. So for today, what we get right now, or what I do almost every day, but for this one, I will put a little bit more attention on the weekly and also mostly on the weekly analysis for Bitcoin, for ADA, and if we have a little bit more time, I also want to take a look at other coins as well. Let me just put it again here. How you can hear me well. Okay, let's begin. So I have like my watch list here on the right on trading view. Let me just simplify the chart a little bit to reduce noise. There you go. And also doing a couple of things here on my screen just to watch you guys. You ask something there on Discord as well. All right, I think we got it right now. Awesome. So you have questions also you can ask here on the comment section on X. So let me talk. There you go. Now we're ready. Okay, that took a while. There are 100 of you watching us live. It's beautiful. So what I always do, I always start by taking a very at Nasdaq. So yeah, take a very look at Nasdaq. Then I go to Bitcoin. Then I go to ADA. That's like the thought process here. Why do I do that? Because I want first to take a look if there's something that we might worry about on the stock markets, traditional markets. If everything is fine, then we just move on. So if we take a look at Nasdaq on the weekly, here we see it's just hovering above the rider band. So nothing to worry about there. So not much to worry about. So let me know if you can see. You can see clearly. Fer is asking if we could get a sharper visual. I think this is streaming on high quality. Maybe it will take a few seconds on X to catch up. From the test I did, it should be fine. Let me just zoom in a little bit just in case. I zoom in a little bit more. All right. So prices right now hovering above the red button on Nasdaq. Like you see, the trend is continuing. Yeah, it's started to moving sideways, but if we zoom out a little bit, you can see all this time it has been riding above the rider band. With these periods of sideways action, we might get something like this, but it's still holding above. So until this line breaks and Nasdaq starts trading below 80,000, I would say that we continue just the uptrend, regardless of the news out there. So now that we said that, let's move on to Bitcoin. And as we're going on the weekly, I want to use our newsletter chart here, which is much more clear for weekly analysis. Just give me a sec. Yes, give me a sec, guys. All right. All right. So let me zoom in a little bit more. There you go. So What's going on with Bitcoin on the weekly? You can see the notes I add to the chart every single week. And so far, what we got here on Bitcoin, a quick recap. We got Bitcoin very similar to Nasdaq, right in this trend. It went parabolic above the red line, which is our parabolic red line. We mentioned several times that once Bitcoin closed below this line, we could expect sideways action or correction. That's exactly what we got. It's been almost 7 months of sideways action. And also, we mentioned this node has been here for quite a while, that we could use this line here, this green line, which is the daily support, to enter quick longs and to enter, not to buy for the long term, because that was way down here, but yes, this line has been very, very accurate for quick longs or for buys. So you can see how many times it bounced on the weekly. Quite a few times already. This is like uh, almost to perfection. Almost to perfection the number of times it had bounced from here on the daily. And the longer Bitcoin moves sideways, the better, because you can see that the right band, which is just some moving average with some special code here, but you can see it is catching up, so it is working as support. So the longer Bitcoin moves sideways, the higher the supports will be. So in case of a correction, Bitcoin should find support here. And this will move very soon, because usually when the right band is very close to the price, then it's time for Bitcoin to move to the upside or correction. But in this case of scenario, if we're on a bullish trend, most probably we will get a bounce from the right band, just following the trend. Just let me erase. So I think this is extremely clear on the weekly chart. There you go. So this one is very clear on the weekly chart. Also, we got here a bullish circle confirmed. But last time I checked the chart, we said that we need to avoid the bearish one, but the bearish one got confirmed. So right now, we just wait once again for a bullish circle. Wait for bullish circle. And really, guys, what this is looking for, this is scenario that just drew for right around to continue catching up with. I think if we get a bounce here, then we will get a bullish circle here, and most probably then price will continue going up. That's for me the most probable scenario right now. On the weekly, on the daily, there could be some downside, could be sideways, but this is on the weekly. Each candle is a week. All right. So let me continue here. So there's like 250 of you guys watching the stream live right now. Welcome. We just reviewed the Bitcoin price action. This is something I do every week. And also I go to lower time frames every single day in the morning on our Discord to see if there are trading opportunities. And I think I will do the same once I review today weekly for Bitcoin, weekly for ADA. Then we go into lower time frames to find some trading opportunities if there are some. For trading, what we use is you can go to our Discord to go to strategies, and these are our documented strategies. There are like seven trading strategies that we use all the time. The most powerful ones are most probably the scenario number 1 and number 2. And you can see here the theory when to enter this trade with clear example. There's also an explaining video, and we use this all the time. We avoid news, noise. We just follow strategies. We just follow facts and execute. And it works very well. And we also review the performance of those strategies during the whole 2024. I just shared the results a few weeks ago, and the accuracy was well above 80% for those type of trades. All right, so let's move on. So that was Bitcoin. So what to do with Bitcoin? If you're a holder, here, just hold. If you want to buy more, I will probably try to buy the closest to the right band upper side if possible. There's some notes here in case there is a correction. Here's a daily strong support. If price has a Q wick to down here, like a quick crash, this is a good level to enter longs. This is also a good level to enter longs, and I would say to buy at a spot as well if price goes down there. I'm not saying it will. Most probably it won't. But if it goes there, you are prepared. And this is I will not even talk about this one because this will be on a major crash scenario. But we are prepared for whatever happens. So if you're a holder, you're already holding. You probably took some profits here, as we mentioned weeks ago. Probably the second most good time to buy would be as close as possible to the right band. And if you want to be a little bit more cautious, then when we got a bullish circle, and if price is still hovering above the right band and we get a bullish circle, that will be another good moment to buy. Even if it is a little higher, because it will mean that the second leg could continue. All right. So notes here, this is a parabolic line, leisure tone. I think this is clear as day. Now let's move to ADA. Let me just see if this is the correct ADA chart. Yeah, this is the correct chart. Okay, this is the chart we also share every single week. So what's going on with ADA? Just leave me a sec, guys. Let me return here. All right. Just wanted to check a couple of things. All right. So what's going on with ADA? So we all know by now that we have this massive wick to the downside. And I share this tweet right here, right before the major crash. Price was down here. And I said, price is still the same. It was here, always have a plan. And this was our plan. What did our plan said? This was our buy and long zone. Here's where you buy the spot. And we shared this level weeks ago. There have been people in our Discord telling us that that will not happen. And there are also people in our Discord after this happened that said, well, thank you. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. This was not a prediction. This was if the price goes there, you're ready. You already have your limit orders. If it goes there, then congrats, you're in massive profits right now. If it does not get there, then you don't lose anything. That's how I plan. So what happened here is the price. If you set your longs here, yeah, you probably close this in a loss because with the tightest stop loss because the enter was very low. But then again, you bought here and you are a massive profit and you more than recovery this quick long. And you also with longs, if you use leverage, that was a nice like a 200% trade on ADA. And if you buy the spot, then you also a massive profit and you're in a much better position than before. That was very simple to execute. It just required the most difficult thing for you guys, from you guys, is patience. Just require patience. This level has been here for several weeks. So what about now? Not as really changed that much. This level had already been fulfilled. All right, so I have to update this. For ADA, for we to consider ADA to be going parabolic again, price has to be above 150 this time. Last time it went parabolic, it was at 70 cents and it went all the way to 135. This was the parabolic line. So for us to even consider that ADA is going parabolic again, it needs to go above 150 this time. So we already got our bounce, but we have not get our bullish circle on the oscillator. So the oscillator continues down. I warned you guys also weeks before this major crash that money flow was going down. And we don't want money flow down. We want money flow rising like this time here. This is what we need for big pumps. And on the opposite, this money flow going down on our oscillator means that money is getting out of ADA and a major crash could occur. And that's what happened. That's what we were prepared. So going next for ADA, let me ask the question. So if you're a holder, what should you do right now? If you're a holder, you already bought here. So no main reason to buy once again here. So what I would do if I were a holder, if I already bought here, then I would just hold. If I did not buy here, and if you're a holder, you're already holding ADA, so you already have this position. I would add to my position if we get the bullish circle as well, because this is looking very similar to Bitcoin. Remember the Bitcoin chart? It was consolidating above the right band, still there. So I would say right now, the most probable scenario for ADA for me right now would be for ADA to sour and probably break down again, unless we get the bullish circle. If we get the bullish circle and prices is still hovering above the right band, then the most probable scenario is for ADA to go up and bounce. And mostly, in my opinion, that will depend on what Bitcoin does here. And I will think Bitcoin will bounce the following weeks. So having said that, I would just wait for the bullish circle if I'm a holder to buy more again. If I did not buy here, right? You bought here, then you're 50% profits, or just from holding, which is awesome. Then just wait. Don't rush. It already bounced, guys. It already bounced massively. So you missed the train if you did not buy here. So never follow blindly. Still 75 look cheap. Look cheap after price went to 133. It looks cheap. But I mean, we got a perfect entry here, are almost 50 cents. So now just wait patiently for the bullish circle. You will probably have to buy a little bit higher, but probability for a correction will be much lower. Now, if price goes down here, I have to update these levels. Because if price goes down here, once again, this support has been broken. Let me review the one. Let me go to the daily. But that's the daily support. No, this support still holds. So let's say 64. Yeah, this is the one. So this support is still there. So if price gets down here once again, that's not a longer support for longs because it had already broke this one partially. So what we should do there, instead of going for strategy number 2, we go for strategy instead of going for strategy number 1, we go for strategy number 2. And I'm going to explain you what is strategy number 2 right now. And also let me move this, because this was a perfect strategy number 1, but strategy number 1 only happened once on the first retest of this line. It was a perfect strategy number 1. And I want to explain you very fast what is that about. And right now also it would be a strategy number 2. Okay, so I will move the longs. Yeah, it's a longs of strategy number 2. So what is strategy number 1 and 2? If we go to our Discord and we go to our strategies, here, and we look for strategy number 1. And I do highly recommend, guys, that you watch this video. It's a spectacular video, boring video, 1 hour long video, but with many examples and explanation of the strategy number 1 for 2024 results. And I will leave crystal clear how to use this strategy, which is not that complicated, really. What this strategy requirements are for price to be above one of our support lines and suddenly have a huge correction and touch this support for the first time and aim for the first. That's why we have the limit order in advance, because trying to catch in real time is very difficult. What we have is just limit orders here ready for this scenario. That's probably the only way to catch this trade, because it happened very fast, very fast. That 20% correction that we had a couple days ago. That's what these lines are spectacular for. This is a strategy number 1. But as we already got that correction 2 days ago, this is no longer valid, because we already got that sudden move correction. So now we look for strategy number 2. Our strategy number 2, let me find this one. Yeah, and what strategy number 2 looks for is for a second or third or fourth retest of the same line. But this time, price is hovering above the line, and we got some bounce signals. If you don't have access to an indicator, you can look for a valid bullish divergence or momentum signal, whatever your preferred indicator is. But we get it's been fine-tuned with ours, because it's specifically coded to work with this line, but you can use yours as well. So we look for some bullish signal here. In this case, it's our super signal, problem signals, or even our trading oscillator. And once price is hovering above this one after a second or third retest, and you get a bullish signal, then we aim for that trend. We aim for that bounce. That tells us that support will most likely hold. In this case, it will do something like this. If price goes down here, starts hovering, and then bounce a little bit, and we get a bullish circle there, that's a strategy number 2, guys. And there we aim for a long from there, or we buy. That has very high accuracy as well. Very, very high accuracy. Probably the most accurate one is the strategy number 1, but it happens only quite a few times during the year. The weekly, probably 2-3 times a year. On the daily, probably 6-8 times a year. And strategy number 2 happens a little bit more often. All right. So that's it for you guys. These are the levels here. Recap, I will wait for the bullish circle if you are a holder to buy again. If you're a trader, right now there's no trading opportunity in the weekly. Now we go to the daily to find trading opportunities. All right, now let's go to the daily. Let's see if there's something to trade here. So you see, you can be a holder and a trader at the same time. If you're a holder, then that was for you. You don't need to follow some lower time frames because holders. Please, if you're a holder, don't look into daily time frames or lower time frames. It will make you no good. It will make you lose money. But if you're a trader, yes, of course, you need to go lower time frames. I do both. I have a spot portfolio and I also have a trading portfolio. So I really don't care if price goes up or down. There's always an opportunity. All right, let's continue, guys. So there are 400 of you guys here online. So we just reviewed the weekly for Bitcoin, the weekly for ADA, with a long-term plan for holders and for potential traders on higher time frames. And now we're going lower to check the for traders specifically if there's some kind of trade here. So this is our game plan for trades. Let me go to the daily. Let me go to the daily. And what do we here on the daily? So this is like our blocks here. This one are very well fulfilled. This one worked out very well. This one failed. This was a trade on the 4-hour, but also we got a perfect entry here. That was a massive profits. Look, perfect entry. We have strategy number 1 limit orders here and here in case there's a correction for traders. Also, we are waiting for a bullish circle here on the oscillator to aim for strategy number 2 because we already have a retest and now we need a bullish circle to see some continuation. But right now, if I just look at the daily, there's nothing to trade right now. There's nothing to trade because for trade, what we need is a good risk work, like a very accurate, tight stop loss and big potential upside. That's what we look for trade. That's what traders must look all the time for. Otherwise, you are just gambling. So on the daily, there's nothing to trade for here right now. Probably the only thing is for Bitcoin to recover the right band and go above and place your stop loss here. But these kind of gambles probably have less than 50% accuracy. It's like going to a casino. It could play out, it could not. Just looking at this, it's very, 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 very difficult to trade. So if you are gambling for this one to recovery, please set at least some limit order. Do not buy at market prices. So limit order in case price retraces a little bit, and then you enter with a much tighter stop loss. But really don't try to catch these trades. There's a ton of fakers if you're trying to catch those kind of trades. Let's go to the 4-hour for Bitcoin. Very similar to this one. Like Bitcoin is trying to recover a band. Stock market, traditional markets will open in 30 minutes, so there will be some volatility. There's always very big volatility during the first 30 minutes after a stock market. For New York stock market opens, there's always volatility. But on the 4-hour, yeah, I would say no, nothing to trade for Bitcoin today. And there's no problem. I have absolutely no problem if I don't trade one day. I have my orders ready. I mean, I cashed this trade when I was sleeping. It was like a massive 100% trade profit. I don't know if it was 100 or 50%, but it was massive. So yeah, not rushing. You go into the 1-hour, which I almost never trade on the 1-hour. Yeah, it's like sideways. This is sideways movement. You can see this line, how perfectly. This was a spectacular strategy number 1. The fair retest, sudden move, bounce. Then we got here a strategy number 2, which was another retest, bullish circle, strategy number 2. So perfect examples of strategy number 1 and strategy number 2. All right, so let me. All right. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Let's go to data. Sometimes you could make the case that there could be a trade or not, but when it is not crystal clear, when it is not aligned with our 7 strategies, I most of the time pass. I pass because accuracy is low. You will always find someone on Twitter, an influencer there, telling you, "I told you so. It was a perfect trade." Yeah, but chances of success are very low. So I prefer just not trade. Wait patiently. Wait patiently. Ada, it is looking very interesting right now. Very, very interesting. I mean, they have the massive, massive correction here for Ada. But this is a potential trade setup. There's also a bullish circle flashing on the daily, which will be strategy number 2. Uh, so yeah, guys, they actually took profits from my longs here, and I shared this one in Discord. It was a 200% trade. I probably closed about 100%, and the rest at 200%. So here, what we're getting is something similar to this strategy. I think this was the. I think it was strategy number 3. Yeah. This no, sorry. This is, let me see which one. This one. This is a trend weakness. No, this is a trend weakness. Overbought asset. No, this is the opposite of an overbought asset. Yeah, this one. So something like this, but the opposite. Like price broke the streamline here. In this case, the blue one. For longs is the other one, the orange one. Like it was above this line and change direction, close below this line. We're looking the opposite here. We're looking for the opposite for ADA. You can see this is the extreme line on the daily. It was trading below, 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 and now it's trying to close above with this circle here. So this opens the possibility, not confirmed yet, because this signal has not confirmed yet. It will confirm. Still a long way to go when the day closes. That's like 10 hours from now. But you could make the case that this could be a potential trade. The problem here is that we have such a long week here, and the volume is here, so it is a bit difficult to say that's a loss. So you only enter here if you're completely sure. But the potential trade here would be something like this, right? If it closes above. If you want to anticipate that trade, then you could set your limit order today in case there is a correction here. You catch the price lower and you aim for this. And if the signal does not confirm, then you close your trade. That's another way you can do it. But you need for confirmation. If you want to be a little more patient, then you wait for signal to confirm, for price to confirm above this one, and you set your limit order a little bit lower, and you try to catch that. You try to catch the trade tomorrow with a little retracement here. That's another way to do it. That's for ADA. But also tight stop loss, because this week here, price could also go down, revisit this level eventually. So there's always a possibility. That's why if you enter a trade here, use limit orders. Look for a nice confirmation there. Let me just check my Discord 1 second. Hello there. So sorry, I'm gonna answer some questions on Discord because there's some people, newcomers here on our Discord. I don't know if you came from sorry, from the stream. There you go. Go to trade chart, and we say hi to Carter. Say hi to Carter, guys. Hi. There you go. See you next. There you go. So let me go back. So that was ADA for you guys. I don't look on the 3-day, and the 3-day looks awful because it's like trading below this one, but I mostly look at the weekly, daily, and 4-hour. I don't look to other time frame because you will always find a time frame that goes against your analysis. That's just coincidence. So yeah, on the daily, this is a potential trade, not confirmed. It could also fail. We could easily fail price closing above here. It could also close the day below here and continue breaking down, test this one. In that case, it will appear a very circle here, and it could bounce from here. Then we could have a bullish circle, and this will be a perfect strategy number 2, and we could have a bounce there. That's also possible scenario, but we go day by day. All right, guys, and I know many of you are are watching the stream right now, like 500 of you guys. Uh, so just telling you guys, I don't follow me if you expect for me to find a trade every single day. I do the analysis every single day, but I could easily have like 3, 4, or 5 straight days without trading, no problem. What I try to find is consistency. Consistency. Winning on trading is not about how many trades you have, or it's all about consistency. Consistency, and when you lose a trade, with those tighter stop losses, so you can make up for those losses very easily on the next trades. And I also look at the higher time frame for holders, because as I said before, I hold and I trade. I do both. So I think we've already covered Bitcoin and ADA for today, guys. If you have any question, just leave your question on X here on our post. Yeah, I shared this one yesterday, but you can go to the stream post here, and yes, you can leave your question there, or you can join our Discord. We talk there every single day with our community. We talk all the day here. People share their own analysis. We also have a trading forum with ideas, trade ideas on different coins. We have a dedicated channel for Bitcoin trading, one for area trading. We also have a weekly analysis, which is for me probably the most ROI or the most profitable channel out there, with just one post per week with my weekly outlook, weekly positions, and what do I do with my holding mostly. And probably it requires the most patience of all the channels, but probably the most rewarding, easy to follow, especially if you don't have that much time to trade, which I believe most of you don't have that time available. But you really don't need all that time to trade and be successful. You can look at the charts once a week, 2 hours a week, as long you're consistent, as long as you know what you're doing, and you could also be successful big time. Set your alerts on TradingView. There's some people on our Discord expert on setting alerts, like our buddy Sam here. He shares like a ton of alerts and how to set your alerts on TradingView. It's very, very useful. Yeah, there are some channels that are private, but if you enter our Discord, you get like 7-day access for this private access. And the trading share, when we share it with everyone, is free for everyone. So you can also get a ton of value there. And if you find some value, then you can join the private channel, but it's not necessarily. There's quite some people that talk here all the time, and we have a very good time there. So this is it for today, guys. Have a great week. Remember, always follow the facts. Never follow your emotions. Follow the less people you have to follow on X. Don't spend too much time here on X. Sorry for the algorithm. Will most probably don't like me for that. But you get confused. And even if you want to spend some time on X, then make sure to follow just a few select people, because you will always find a trader which has a different outlook from another one, and probably they both are not wrong. It's just that it's all about probabilities, because no one knows 100%. It's just that one probably has 40% probabilities of success, the other probably has 60% probabilities of success, and they both could be right. So what do you do with that? You just get confused. So yeah, follow facts, follow the strategy, and follow it consistently. Don't FOMO, and you'll be all right. So have a great week. And I end in the stream right now. It will also be